Hi everyone, I've been meaning to make a video of my latest product that I made. I have been installing some shelves and I needed some support to go under the shelves, and then I decided I was just going to design my own instead of buying something at the store, and then figure out how much that was going to cost, and it's a fun process. The interesting thing about 3D printing is that I got this item that was like my first version prototype, and I was very happy with it. Um, but I am never able to really envision how it's gonna be in terms of a one-step process. So very quickly, I wasn't happy all of a sudden because I saw some things that I hadn't thought about, and then I was thinking, man, I need to improve this and I need to change it, and there's definitely things I could add that would make it cooler. And this is just one style, right? I don't know what to call this. It's kind of a barn style with metal that goes on wood. So if you have any ideas for what the name of this should be, as because I would like to design other styles. This is my first one. Please let me know, right? So anyways, this is like the first version. You may see the difference of this one compared to this one. And when I first got it, I was like, oh yeah, this looks pretty good. And then I started thinking, the screws look a little small, um, or bolts, right? They could be maybe refined a little more. And then when you look on the other side, it's just flat, right? And that's just kind of a limitation of 3D printing. So I thought, I could get creative here, and definitely there's an improvement that could be made because I'm gonna install it like this with the shelf right here on top. And then I started thinking that's gonna definitely gonna be something that I'm gonna be looking at, that people are gonna be looking at, especially because it's a high shelf. And I was like, I'm not pleased with this. So one thing I can do is to separate the wood, because this doesn't look natural. This doesn't look, let's just say, realistic. I was thinking, I want to make this more realistic. I want to chamfer this side. So this is the original one, which I'm gonna remove. And I ended up with this version here, which is a filament that looks like wood. I ran out, but I really like it, so I'm waiting for more. And as you can see, there are some ridges here that separate the wood. So it makes it look better if that's all you have, and you want to keep it simple, and you just print it this way. This is a multicolor print, where the printer is doing the work of printing the metal a different color, and there you go, right? You're done. This is like an 8-hour print. But I took it a step further, and one of the things also that why I wasn't happy that I hadn't thought about is that I'm gonna bring this old piece back just to show. I made a hole here for attaching, securing it to the wall with a screw. But then I didn't have any space here. There's no room for putting in a tool or a bit, or drive a screw through here. And I was like, oh, this is something that I have to figure this out somehow. So I designed a solution, right? I designed this piece, and then if you look at this new piece, which is my latest one, I carved some space where you're gonna secure this on the wall. I'm actually gonna do an installation video where I describe everything, the hardware that I'm gonna use. And I have friends that are actually concerned that this is not gonna hold, so I'll talk about that, but I have zero concerns. Anyways, imagine that my finger is the wall right here, and this is secured to the wall. And then you just put the support right there, move it down, it's locked. And then you put in the second one, the second screw here. And now this is really, really sturdy and secure. I have zero concerns really about the strength of this item, right? Oh, by the way, in terms of showing you this one, you can see that this one is where I built plates on the other side. So I think this looks a lot nicer. I have sort of like the bolts here representing real bolts. This would be like copper, and this color that I'm using matches exactly the shelf that I have. You'll see later, because of this beautiful shelf that I'm installing. So on this side, I put these plates, right? And they have these would be nuts, not screws, that are being driven through and attaching and securing the wood. Obviously, this is not structural. This is a decoration, not like a real plate that would be metal. But this represents that, and I think it's rich in detail. It looks pretty cool to me. And then once you do the installation with, which you can do something here for the shelf, and that screw here, and this one is going to be hidden in the back, right? Then I made an extra piece that goes right here to hide the actual metal screw being used. So this is a little tight, as it should be, right? But if you like, you can use glue just to make sure it doesn't come off. And then in the end, that's how it looks like, because I don't want a hole showing with, a screw that looks a different color in there. So this is a way to really create a perfect theme. I'm really happy with how this came out. Finally, I am actually done with this project now, and I can print different colors and different combinations. As you can see, this is like a representation of wood. This looks like metal, and I shouldn't say metal because there are different types of metal, but this looks like silver. This looks like copper. And then this one is a mistake I made. Obviously, when you're making things, mistakes happen, and sometimes it can actually be a good thing, right? So I printed white by mistake, and this got a little mixed with the gray here. But white, this is not something I want to use. I don't like the color or how it came out, obviously. But white is the best color for actual painting. If you're gonna print an item that you want to paint, and that's a whole other thing to cover, because painting can take a lot of time, but painting can be real fun. And the cool thing about painting, if you do it well, right, is that you can more easily match the color of your shelf or whatever item you purchased. So this doesn't look great, but I did an experiment where I painted one, and I have it here. It's not great because this is a very quick job. But if you had more of a red wood, I combined some colors to sort of get this. I don't particularly like this color. There was no need to paint the back, so I didn't. That's gonna get hidden against the wall, right? But this gives you an idea of how it can look if you paint. And because I have a version that I made that has these plates separate, right? Instead of having that flat surface with the printer, you attach these plates that they're attached without glue. I'm very happy that I'm working without using glue and without using screws, inserts, or things like that make really complex. So this is something that people can just print, and they can achieve this result very easily. And if they want, they can actually get into painting. And then I have a different version which has this plate separate, so you more easily can paint the plates a different color. And then when you attach, you achieve this really great result. Because if you're going to paint different colors on an item like this, which I didn't try very hard, but it is a difficult job, I would have to tape it right here, and then use a different color on here, and then be careful that I don't touch the rest of it with that color. And it's a really difficult thing. If you're into painting, that might be fun, but it's very time consuming for me. So yeah, overall I'm really happy with this, and thank you for watching. I'm gonna do a video of the actual installation and how it looks. And then I want to have the video just so people have instructions on doing it themselves, and they don't miss anything, and they don't go like, oh, okay, this is kind of neat, but it's useless because I don't know how to install my shelf, or I don't know how this goes. So I will cover which hardware I'm using, and this is gonna look beautiful. Thank you very much.